Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday to everybody, and thanks for sharing part of your Saturday with me. In this live stream, we're going to, as you can see, we're going to be updating the Comet daily now until the main event on April 8th of 2024. The great eclipse of 2024 is just around the corner. We are less than 30 days away, and you can see the comet. This is a sky app that I use, and it shows all the comets that are near the solar system, entering the solar system. This is Comet 12P Pons Brooks, as you can see, headed towards the inner solar system, right towards Jupiter, and it will be visible, should be visible during the close approach on April 8th. Got a lot of interesting things to share with you guys in this live stream. We're going to analyze a video that's been around for a while. I don't know why it's making the rounds again, but it came my way. I'm going to analyze it for you guys as I was asked to. Strange beams of light being seen in the sky. One video is unconfirmed, one is confirmed. We're going to take a look at both of these unique videos. Moon from Hawaii, multiple UFO videos, high speed, slow speed. One that is moving exceptionally radical, way off in the distance. I don't even know how they saw this thing way off in the distance. Space debris, double rainbow, and an email that I want to share with you guys before we get started. We're going to get right to it here. This was sent in by Derek Martinez. Derek's a longtime viewer, has been for many years, and he shared this email with me as a heads up, and I'm glad he did. Thank you, Derek, if you're on here. I really do appreciate it. Howdy, everybody in the chat room. Pay attention to this because you may run across this. I hope not, but just in case you do, here we go. This was sent in by Derek. He goes on to say, someone is impersonating you. I got duped. This is an email sent in from Derek Martinez. He goes on to say, hi, Mr. MBB. I'm a really huge fan. I recently saw a message on YouTube from what I thought was you talking about me posting my business number to allow us to communicate about some images and videos I sent. However, this was a pleasant conversation with what I thought was you. Talked to me about my family and God. Then, after a few conversations, had some investment to sell me about. I was immediately suspicious, but I continued the conversation because this person seemed to genuinely want to talk. I wanted to pose a couple of questions. This was very smart on Derek's part. And you know what? If you ever run into this situation, hopefully you won't. But if you do what Derek did. He goes on to say, I continued the conversations because this person seemed to genuinely want to talk. I wanted to pose a couple of questions that would expose them. So I asked about live streams and new things coming out. Then I asked if he had any kids talking about me, and which I remember that you said you had at least one, and that's true. I've got more than one. He said no, that he didn't have children, so that threw up the first red flag. Here comes the second red flag. He said, I also asked what the meaning of the MBB 333 was, and all of you guys that follow me know what that means. The 333 is a very spiritual, has spiritual meaning to me, and which I had already asked about once in a comment, and I answered him. So I knew he was wrong. He said something like the MBB stood for Michigan Big Bear. I mean, are you serious? There's all kinds. It takes all kinds, I guess. And things like this are just extremely disappointing to me. I mean, extremely disappointing. And I'm sorry that this happens. I really and truly am. I apologize, even though I had nothing to do with this. There are idiots out there that will do things like this for whatever reasons. But anyway, he goes on to say, I knew then. I had to inform you right away. Somebody is using your name to do scams. The number they gave, and he put the number there, don't call it. And they asked me to download Signal and use the same number. I really support you. Thank you. God bless. Derek Martinez. Derek, thank you for sharing. Guys, know this. I will never ask you in the comment section of any video, anytime, on any day, for any type of investment funds. I'll never give you a number in the comment section of any video to call. Never. I will never ever do that. I do not have a WhatsApp. So if you see like my logo associated with a WhatsApp in the comment section, no, it's not me, and stay away from it, and let me know about it so I can handle it. I can block the person or whatever needs to be done. But it's really sad. I mean, this is the world, unfortunately, that we live in today. And as I said earlier, it takes all kinds. And, apparently this person has nothing better to do but impersonate people. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that they're impersonating. But again, I won't ask you for any type of personal information, and I'll never ask you to call a number or anything like that in the comment section. That is completely unacceptable. And I apologize, Derek, that happened. And just know going forward, guys, if you ever see that, ignore it, report it, whatever you want to do, but stay away from it either way, because it is not me. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, good news, the reports email is back up and running. So if you guys have photos you'd like to share, reports at MrMBB333.com is active once again. It was something to do with our hosting service company that hosts all of our stuff, and they were making some modifications, and we had to make the modifications too. So the email is now back up and running. Once again, reports at MrMBB333.com. Today's feature photos from Curtis out of Oracle, Arizona. Spectacular lightning. Looked like it made contact with the house not only once, but twice, maybe 3 times. Incredible. I want to do some analysis here real quick. We're going to talk about space trash entering the atmosphere. Actually, this weekend, we might see a fireball somewhere above land, and it won't be a fireball. It'll be about 6,000 pounds of space trash entering the atmosphere this weekend. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But I want to analyze a video that was sent to me just a couple of days ago. This is an old event that occurred a while back. Alleged UFO caught on a surveillance camera. And this occurred in Florida. Florida's been a hot spot here recently for unknown aerial phenomenon, UFO activity, especially in 2024. They sent a news crew out to this location, and we're going to analyze the video footage that they went out and talked about. And here it is right here. And I know all of you guys, what's up, Hidden Gems? I know all you guys are probably going to get this right away. You don't need an image analyst to tell you what this is. But back when this video occurred, not everybody had security cameras like they do today, but here we go.
Eyes of Collier County. Strange lights captured the attention of people in Naples, and those lights...
Okay, check it out. This is a outdoor camera on the backside of a building overlooking a swimming pool in Florida. See if you can figure out what's going on. I know you guys will, because you're very intelligent people. And then I'll tell you, what I think it is too. I'm sure you guys already know what this is anyway.
NBC2's Rick Ritter is live in Naples right now with what people are saying about those lights. Rick.
Well, Kelly, whatever the showing of lights was, came and hovered over this pool behind me for nearly 30 minutes. Residents say they've never seen anything like it before. Experts, they're not quite sure what to make of it. You can take a look at the video yourself, though, and make your own assumption. This amazing video is the talk of Naples.
I think this is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this.
Monday night, security officer Deborah Lee Thomas was watching the camera feed from behind a Gulf Shore Boulevard condo building just across the street from Venetian Village. She noticed strange lights swoop in over the pool.
And I realized that it was something that was not normal.
Here's what she saw. At first glance, it almost looks like a saucer-shaped object up top. Then it goes down into the pool and expands like a web, moving back and forth. After nearly 30 minutes, it starts to disappear. Thomas says bugs fly up to their cameras all the time, but this was further away, dipping in and out of the pool.
Was down on the ground, but some of that webbing was longer and it made a funnel down into the pool.
We We sent the video off to MUFON, a UFO organization in Ohio. They're analyzing it, but they don't think it's a hoax. That's what Thomas's co-workers thought at first until they saw it themselves.
We watched it on the tape, and to be honest, I was so grateful that it was there so that I could say it was real, it really happened.
On Wednesday, residents were walking in and out of the complex's office, checking out the must-see video.
Oh, how cool.
I've never seen anything like this. The electrical charges coming from it are just truly unbelievable.
But what it is remains a mystery for now. Something Thomas is okay with, as long as it doesn't happen again.
Okay, I want to just shed some light on this real quick. Light is the ultimate trickster, and it's easy to be tricked by light, and that's what happened here. I mean, they thought they saw something, and they did. There was something obviously in the field of view of the camera, but what it was water on the lens of the camera. Notice the trees over here to the left, unless I took them out. I may have. It was a windy night right there. Notice the tree moving on the left, and that same wind is moving the water droplet right there around on. And if you notice, the water is in sync with the tree. So it's the wind manipulating water on the lens of the camera, giving it the illusion or the impression that it's diving in and out of the water, and it's not. That's simply a water drop. And I don't know why this video is making the rounds again. This is an old video, but just in case you see it and, you know, it's being passed off as something, you know, nefarious, diving in and out of a pool. It's not. It's a very simple water drop. But again, it's easy to be tricked by light. Light is the ultimate trickster. And speaking of light, check this out, guys. You might see a light show this weekend, so have your eyes to the skies. A giant piece of space station trash will crash to the Earth this weekend. The heaviest ever piece of space trash, ISS space trash, is set for an uncontrolled re-entry this weekend. A 2.9 will round it off to 3 tons. That's 6,000 pounds of a cargo pallet once used for critical battery upgrade missions on the ISS is now approaching the end of its journey and is expected to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere in the coming days. So look for, you never know. Here's the deal with things like this. The Earth is occupied by very little space when it comes to humans. We don't occupy very much of the Earth at all, really. More than likely, this will re-enter above water, but you never know. This thing could re-enter above land. And if it does, it will put on quite a show. It really has the potential to. So the majority of it will burn up in the atmosphere. They expect maybe a small fraction, I don't know, like 1,000 pounds or so, may make it through the atmosphere, but they don't expect it to be, you know, harmful to people on the ground. But right now it's uncontrolled, and they do not know where it's going to enter the atmosphere. So again, you might see a sky or an aerial light show this weekend above your location. I remember one time one re-entered the atmosphere and they expected it to re-enter above the ocean, and it came in above the Pacific Northwest of the United States. So you never know, guys. I want to show you guys now a couple of things that have been sent in here recently. Hold on just a second. Let me check it off my cue card here. I've got a list of things that I try to do in order, so I don't get them all screwed up. The voice is starting to come back. I'm telling you, every spring when these Palo Verde trees out here start to bloom, I'm telling you. Hey, Derek, I just saw you in the chat room. Thanks for sharing that with me, man. I appreciate that. We all do, you know, and just know that that is not me, and that wasn't me, Derek. And good job. Do what Derek did. Ask questions if somebody does get your attention like that and start, you know, wanting information. I would never do that. Okay, here we go. Strong vertical light beam. This first one that you're going to see was videotaped by Charles out of Edmonton, Ontario. And they were very taken back by that strong beam of light. that appears to be originating from the ground, going up, and it's behind this cloud over here. I tried to zoom in the best that I could and keep the entire beam in the video, but it's originating. Those are clouds right there, by the way. They're very low clouds. That's a strong beam of light. You're also going to see a beam of light here in just a minute, a green beam of light coming down from the sky during a storm. How do you explain this? Check this out. Video taken by Frances just a few days ago, February 28th at 2:39 a.m. In the middle of the night, Frances filmed this object, and as you're going to see, it's moving back and forth very radically over here in the sky. I don't know what to make of this thing. It's got like a tail on it. It's not a reflection, as you're going to see. Her camera is very steady, and that thing's moving to the right, dips down. You're going to see it move very quickly to the left. Right there, there it goes. Now we're going to go up close. It was a very short video, only like 12, 13 seconds. Here I zoom in. Look at that thing. Now, who would be up messing around with something at 2:30 in the morning? Just super weird. Here it is in original speed, slightly modified. Modified again, trying to pull forward features. Modified yet again, trying to pull forward features. And there were none other than what we can see. It's got some sort of a weird shape, I don't know, tail, vapor trail behind it, just kind of zigzagging, zipping around the night sky, actually the early morning sky. 2:39 in the morning, great catch of some sort of a mysterious object in the early morning sky from an undisclosed location. They did not say where they filmed that at, but good video. Check this out. This was a very long ways away, and it was behaving something like what you just saw right there up close. However, this is very far away, and I'm talking many, many miles, several miles away. In fact, when I first started looking at the video, I didn't even see anything off in the distance here. So the viewer zoomed, and then I took it even closer. You're going to see this thing over here, right there it appears. You're going to see this thing doing maneuvers that there's no way there could have been a human on this thing. And what I'm implying is there's no way this could have been an airplane off in the distance, or airplane lights, or a helicopter. There's absolutely no way. And we can confirm that by some of the maneuvers it's going to be making, not because we can see it. Obviously we can't. We see a point of light over here that's similar to the one that we just saw. This one's many miles away though, and considering it's several miles away and it's still that visible, you know, it's probably decent size. I mean, it's not huge, but it's not small either. Brittany Stover out of South Charleston, Ohio. Here we go. Check this out. Looks pretty steady, right? Well, wait just a second. 5:59 p.m. on March 3rd. You're going to see this thing start zipping around very, very quickly. And like I put in there, they probably didn't think, whoever this is, that anybody would see it. Brittany saw this thing from a very long way away. And I'm going to zoom in even tighter. You're going to see this thing zigzag around. And I can't even begin to explain how fast this thing's moving. And it stops on a dime. Check this out. Really cool. You can see it start to flash right there. And then it's like it's getting ready to take off. You see it? Did you see that? I mean, if you blink, you missed it. It went from right over here to way over here and stopped on a dime. You see how quick it moved? It's going to move again. Watch. Disappeared. Reappeared down here. So it went from over here to the right, and just went down here really fast. It's going to move again. Oh, it's not done. Okay, it disappears. Where did it go? Oh, it reappeared. Watch, we'll go back and take another look at it. Then she zoomed in on the sun. Watch this thing again. Watch how fast this thing disappears and reappears. So that tells me as fast as that thing... Look at that! Are you serious right now? Watch. I'm trying to put this thing in slow motion, but it's so fast, it was difficult to even put it in slow motion. Okay, right there's where we originally saw it over here on the left. Okay, watch. It's going to, at like light speed, watch it go to the right. Disappears, reappears way over here. Are you serious right now? Look at that. Look how far that goes in a flash. Just incredible. So it made a triangle shape in the sky in probably less than 3 seconds, or 2.5. Went from there, down to right there where we see it. Incredible. That was a good observation by Brittany Stover out of Ohio. Way to go. Good job. Here's a high speed. I think there's a couple in here. High speed object in the nighttime sky. 2 different people see quite possibly the same object in the nighttime sky. Here we go. Alley Cat. This goes back to November, but it ties into another unusual observation in the nighttime sky. Look at this thing just cruising through the sky. It's too low to be the space station, too quiet to be a helicopter, and it's definitely not an airplane. So it's a mysterious object. That's obviously why she decided to film this thing, because of its unusual appearance. It just doesn't, resonate like a plane or a helicopter would. I see planes pretty much on a daily basis, and I don't record airplanes. However, if I were to see something like that, I probably would. It is unusual. There goes another, that's a different one right there. Here's another one, and I think it's very similar to what Alley Cat saw. However, this is in Clear Lake, Texas. On the same day, the 7th, it looks like the same object at 5:30 a.m. Check this out. Looks like the same exact thing. Moving very fast, not the space station, not a helicopter, and not an airplane. And it's not a drone. I say that because drones typically, they in most cases are green. Drones can be green in a lot of cases. That doesn't look like a drone, and it's definitely not a Chinese lantern, because it would be completely at the mercy of the wind. It seems very quiet. You heard no wind at all. Not that there wasn't maybe a little bit of wind moving, but this thing appears to have some sort of a propulsion system to it. That's moving way too fast to be influenced by the wind. I'm not saying it's not being influenced by the wind, but it's moving way too fast. So not a Chinese lantern, not an airplane, not a helicopter. So at this point, we just simply don't know what that was. But good observations. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. This is an unconfirmed video. Just got it today of a mysterious green laser. Appears to be coming from the sky. I'm sharing it because I had a video from Edmonton, Ontario of a white laser that appeared to be coming up from the ground. This appears to be coming from the sky during a storm. Here we go. That is absolutely wild. Again, I just got this today. I'm waiting to hear back on specifics. I can't give you guys any specifics on where this was at. And I'm waiting to hear back on, who shared this with me. I don't think it's very old, but that looks obviously like some sort of a green laser coming from the sky. But again, this is unconfirmed. I'm waiting to hear back on the specifics involving this, but I shared it because I had a laser up in, and here's the video right here, up in Ontario. Obviously a much different type of a laser, and that's the thumbnail that you saw. This is what I made the thumbnail out of for this video. These two lasers right here, one up in Edmonton, and this one here in an undisclosed location, but that is wild looking, a green laser. Are you serious? And then this one here looks like a light orange. Sometimes these can be light pillars, but this is way too intense. And there would be multiples, because if this were a light pillar, number one, it would appear from this light right here, and it would be super cold. Light pillars appear in the atmosphere just like this, but not quite as intense. That's what makes this one here unique as well. And the light pillar would originate from this light. And that's what they do. They go up into the sky and produce sometimes a variety of different colors, maybe a light red, green, light green, even pink, light blue. But that's not a light pillar because conditions were not super cold, and that was not originating from the light. So mysterious object there, mysterious beam up in Ontario. Really cool double decker. Check this out. It's got the black in the middle, not quite as black as the ones we've been seeing here recently, but it does have a little bit. But it's got an intense orange underneath the double-decker rainbow. Has some narration, and the video was sent in by SW. That's all I got. And sometimes I get less than that, as you just saw. But this video here was sent in by SW. Location, right now, unknown. Check it out, though. Good video.
That, my friends, is probably the prettiest rainbow I have ever seen.
I agree. That's really cool. And the interior just loaded with orange. That is a very intense double-decker above a body of water. We do know that. It's above a large body of water. I don't know if that's one of the Great Lakes or a very large lake. Doesn't appear to be the ocean because it doesn't have enough whitecaps. So that's probably a interior lake, and I say interior, somewhere inland. Pretty good size, wherever it may be. But that is one beautiful double-decker rainbow. Always appreciate those. Thank you for the double-decker rainbow, going from double-decker rainbows to halos. And this is a panoramic. That's why the shape looks kind of discombobulated. And you can see the roof line of the house is curved. So this is a panoramic image, and that's but that doesn't explain why the halo looks black. We've been seeing that a lot here recently, more than I can ever recall, and I've received over the years I countless hundreds of halos, double-decker rainbows from all around the world. And I don't recall a year where there were so many that had very dark interiors. Now, the double-decker we just saw didn't have a super dark interior, but this one does. It was sent in by Deb out of Florida. Go figure, Florida. Once again, showing us, unusual sky phenomena. We know what this is. It's a very intense halo. But why is the center all dark like that? Just a bizarre observation that we've been seeing quite a bit of this year. I want to take you guys now to Hawaii. This was a video taken of the moon by Conrad. It has some narration. Here we go.
What the fuck? What happened? I couldn't see. I looked at this with my eyes. I didn't see anything. But something happened.
Here it is in fast forward. Conrad just happened to look up and he saw that moving in front of the moon. That wasn't anything nefarious, but I will say it's cool. It's just a layer of clouds that just happened to move in front of the moon as he was recording the moon. And there were two halos around the moon on this night. And he said the other halo was so big, he couldn't even record it. He couldn't get it all in his camera. But that is kind of a neat observation that you don't see very often. That is a row of clouds, and just so happened that the thick edge of the clouds went right in front of the moon as he was recording. Once again, video sent in by Conrad out of Hawaii. Thank you, Conrad. Really appreciate that. Good job. I'm going to take you guys now. I had a request of a Lake Mead, Lake Powell update, and here we go. Lake Mead still holding its own. It's been pretty good in 2024, and the latter part of 2023, it started to fill back up. It got down to 1,040, and that's the magic number whenever they stop letting water into certain areas of Las Vegas. So it started going up once it hit the 1,040 mark, and it's been going up ever since. So Lake Mead's in good shape. Lake Powell, on the other hand, has slowly been going down the last several weeks, and you can see why. It's simple math. The inflow is less than the outflow, which is going to create a negative return every day. The red means negative, and it's not much. It's a little bit, though. So it's on a downward trend. You can see that the slope up here is trending downward, which means Lake Powell will soon follow that trend because Lake Powell sits in front of Lake Mead on the Colorado River. Wanted to give you guys an update on the comet 29 days, 15 hours away from the great eclipse of 2024 on April 8th. It's going to span all across North America. Be joined by a comet in the daytime sky. The comet will look something like that. Hopefully, we could see something like that next to the eclipse during the peak of the solar eclipse, and the comet will be chasing Jupiter through the daytime sky. Venus will be on the right. Mercury may be visible in the center near the 7 o'clock position, I think, of the sun, somewhere in that neighborhood. If it's visible, it may not be visible at all. Here's a fairly new photo of the comet that's inbound. Comet 12P Pons Brooks by Robert. I believe this was taken, I'm not sure, I want to say over in France, but I could be wrong. This photo of that's not a photo. This is a very specific technique in order to get the tail like that. That's over 5 million miles long. That's Comet 12P Pons Brooks that's headed for a close approach to the sun, coincidentally, on April 8th of 2024. I mean, what are the odds? The odds of something like that occurring are literally staggering. I don't think it's ever happened. At least it's never happened in recorded history. A comet shows up in the daytime sky during a solar eclipse. Wow, I mean, they'll probably, if this thing goes off like it's supposed to, they'll probably be making movies and whatnot about this. No joke. I want to thank, for the super chat over here, thank you, Kim Waxman. That's very kind. I want to thank everybody. Hidden Gems, all y'all for stopping by and sharing part of your Saturday with me. Hope you guys enjoyed the information, the update. Once again, we're 29 days away from the great eclipse, and we're going to be reporting live. We're doing a live stream somewhere in the path of totality where the eclipse is at 100%. We could be in Ohio, Indiana, southern Illinois, southern Missouri, maybe Arkansas, maybe up in New York. We'll just see how things go. I want to thank everybody for the invitations. Got invitations from Terrell, Texas, Pluggerville, Texas, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Ohio, southern Illinois. I want to thank all you guys for the invitations. Still working out the details right now. At the moment, I don't know where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere in the path of totality to bring you a live stream of this spectacular event. Somebody else over there throwing the green. Oh, that's Miss Handy RU. I hate to say, Handy RU, I'll be sending you a link this week. I apologize for the delay. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys something. I know there's been some questions about the short videos that I've been posting. I've been doing live streams. I still do live streams. I still do the long format videos, guys. I've just added the shorts. That's all. And basically, what the shorts are a sneak peek, if you will, of the long form video. That's all. That's all it is. It's not a long form video. So it's going to be anywhere from 15 seconds to maybe 30 seconds long, maybe a minute long, and it's just a preview of the long form video. That's all it is. I had a lot of people saying, oh, you know, the shorts are not like your long form videos, you know. They're not supposed to be. That's the whole point of a short. It's look at it as an introduction to a long form video, and that's it, guys. That's what it is. So I hope that helps clear up any confusion, because I know I was getting some messages and comments from people that just didn't understand what the whole short thing is, and that's what it is. It's an introduction to a long form video. I've been doing live streams here recently, And sometimes the shorts are linked to live stream videos. That's all they are. All right, guys, 29 days and counting. 29 days and counting to the great eclipse of 2024, quite possibly the greatest eclipse of a generation. Once again, I can't emphasize enough, if you guys see somebody impersonating me in the comment section, please let me know. The email's up and working again. Reports at Mr. MBB3. Well, right there it is. Reports at Mr. MBB333.com. If you see anybody impersonating me in the comment section, just let me know. And I'll do what I can. Do not communicate with these people, especially if they're giving you a WhatsApp number or something like that. Do not communicate with those people because it's not me. I would never ask you for anything like that in a comment section or ever. I wouldn't do that. So I appreciate you guys spending time with me and just watching the videos and interacting in the chat rooms. I'm sorry I don't spend more time in the chat rooms, but I'm over here juggling 3, 6, 9, 12, about 15 different things, and I try to keep them in some sort of sensible order. But again, do not listen to anybody that's wanting to sell you something or anything like that in the chat room, especially if they're impersonating me. It's not me. And again, thank you, Derek, for sharing that. Good job, man. You asked the right questions. I'm sorry that they got you to talk to him in the first place, but you know what? You're a smart guy, Derek. You asked some questions that you knew that they probably didn't know the answers to, and I'm not going to let share the answer. Derek knew what the answers were, and those of you that know me, you know what the answers to those questions are too. But somebody impersonating me would not know the answers to those questions. So good job, Derek. So if you guys run across something like that, just do what Derek did. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Once again, the email is back up and running. Keep the photos coming and videos. And if you have a large video you'd like to share that won't attach to the email for whatever reason, click on this banner right here that says, have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your video into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.